Hi, my name is Jani Nybacka and I'm working as a program manager for finance at IFS R&D. In this video you will learn how to automate your purchase to pay process, from receiving an invoice and making it ready for payment. Within IFS it's possible to select the level of automation, from full automation of your purchase to pay process to automate part of the steps. I will now demonstrate the different automation steps and how to set up IFS to fully automate the purchase to pay process. To start with, when receiving a supplier invoice on file, the system will validate the received data to check it's accurate and correct. If everything is correct, it's possible to create a supplier invoice. These steps are possible to automate with help of parameters in the page External Supplier Invoice Parameters. With these options selected, the system will automatically validate the received file and generate a supplier invoice in the system. During the creation of the invoice, the system will automatically match the invoice against the purchase order. The next step is to automate the setup of authorizers. In the basic data for a company and menu invoice, I can select to inherit authorizers from purchase. Same authorizers that authorize the purchase order will be automatically set as authorizers for the invoice. I have now managed to automatically assign authorizers for my invoice. As these authorizers has authorized the purchase order, it's not necessary to manually authorize the invoice again if the invoice matches the purchase order. I can therefore set the level of automation for the posting authorization to automatic authorization. With this option selected, the supplier invoice will be automatically authorized if the purchase order and supplier invoice matches. There might be occurrences where there is a difference between the invoice and the purchase order. You can set up an acceptable tolerance between the invoice and purchase order, either a percentage value or a fixed amount. You can set up a generic tolerance on company level, but also specify it for each supplier uniquely. If the difference between a purchase order and supplier invoice is within the tolerance, the invoice will be automatically authorized. For each supplier, you can decide whether the invoice should be automatically authorized for payment. In the supplier page, I will set the automatic payment authorization to at final posting. This means the supplier invoice will be automatically authorized for payment when the final posting of the invoice occurs. To summarize, with help of the settings I have gone through now, we have fully automated the purchase to pay process. Only deviations need to be handled manually. The solution as such is very flexible and you can decide the level of automation that fulfills your need. The end result is that we have generated a supplier invoice in the system. The invoice has been matched against the purchase order. The authorizers has been inherited from the purchase order, and the invoice is automatically authorized as it matches with the purchase order. The invoice is now ready for payment without any human intervention. With automating the purchase to pay process, your organization will save time and lower the cost of handling supplier invoices, and at the same time increase the control of the process. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe on the IFS YouTube channel.